Hello guys and welcome back to Survivor, and as you can see was not prepared. I had my thing halfway off, awkward as hell. But anyway, we are ready to jump straight into the episode. In the last episode we got rid of Leanne. Yes. And it looks like we're gearing up to take out Amy in this episode as well. Now I like Amy, don't get me wrong, but she needs to go. She got to go because honestly it's just better for the plot, do you know what I mean? She's too good at the game. And the ones that are too good at the game, they gotta go. They gotta be iced out, cut off, snuffed, sent to Ponderosa. I love the fact that I've learnt that. But anyway, let's get into the episode. I'm excited. Let's go.
Still in the game. You screwed Leanne. You're still here, baby. Kicking hard.
Oh god, tensions are so high already and I am not ready. I'm not ready to see Amy go full berserk mode. She's got to win immunity today, otherwise she's going home. I just feel like Chris is in a very good position now. Because I feel like with with Twyla and Scout on, well, literally Skylar, Scout and Twyla on his side, I feel like he has a very, very good shot of making final three. Because I reckon they would want to take out Eliza, Amy, and Jules before they take out him.
Every single vote, you guys were like, let's get rid of Eliza, let's get rid of Eliza.
I know, but who saved my ass tonight when I was really gonna go home?
Eliza makes a fucking good point. Even though Skylar were literally like, let's get rid of Eliza at every single opportunity. When the girls finally decided to get rid of her, who saved her skin? Skylar. Skylar, the duo that we didn't know that we needed. I'm here for it. Honestly, Eliza, I'm here with you. Eliza, Skylar, and Chris, final four? Question mark?
I'm just glad I didn't swear on my little brother or my family, because that would be real. Oh,
Not Amy bringing up the fact that Twyla did say on my son's life. This is why, and I said this in a Traitors episode that I've just recorded, I find it really uncomfortable when people bring up that thing of like, oh, I swear on this person's life, I swear on this person's life. No, just promise. You don't need to swear on anybody's life, because if you end up double crossing, it just looks like shit.
Like, we have the power now. I have a great mind sometimes. I love it.
I love how Twyla's like, hee, we did it. Ha, ha, ha. But also, what a great twist of this series. Honestly, guys, genuinely, if it sticks the landing, I think Vanuatu might be my favourite season.
I'm competing with all my heart now. I got no cushions. I got nobody to rely on.
I mean, that's what happens when you get to Final 6. It is all out war. You can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody to take you further in this competition. Look what happened at Final 7. That's when things need to be shaken up at Final 7. That's what Xian and Kathy were saying in the last series. And look where that got them. You have to shake it up.
Of swimming, balance, and diving. A test of will and stamina.
Scout, I think you should just sit this one out, my lovely. I don't think you're going to be winning this one. Save your energy for the immunity challenge.
I'm starving to death. You better take me if you win the reward. You better take me, Twyla.
Oh my god, she looks so bony. That's not healthy, bestie. You're going to need to go on a burger diet when you get back home. Burger diet all round. Oh, is this the car challenge? Oh my god, this is the car challenge. They're going to win a car. Oh my god, that's so exciting.
We'll leave in this car. You'll drive to a Vanuatu oceanside resort. You get a hot shower, go down to the beach, have some cocktails.
So, top 3 get to go and top 1 wins the car. That's a brilliant prize. However, it is going to cause a little bit of arguments, isn't it? I could just tell. I could just tell that people are going to be absolutely fuming. The car, whoever wins this car, isn't winning the show. Isn't winning the show. We know from previous season, whoever wins the car doesn't win the show.
You can have as many items as you want. You can eat until the restaurant closes.
Literally, basically, you can eat anything. If you want all of the mains, you can have all of the mains. Honestly, I would probably order everything on the menu. I probably would. Between all of us, we'll eat all that food. 100%. In fact, I'd probably eat all that food myself.
First person to get all 3 flags back wins the...
I love the fact that they've already filled up Scout's on because they know that she's not going to be able to get any of those flags back herself. Oh god, this is a tough challenge. I think this is the most exhausting one, potentially. Having to swim out, parkour across an obstacle course, dive down, then go back across the obstacle course, then dive back into the water, swim back to shore, and do it 3 times. You're going to be exhausted after this.
coming back with her first flag.
Honestly, I think my strategy for this is to go for the bottom one whilst I'm still less tired, so that when I come back for my third one, I'm getting the top one. That would just make more sense to me personally. That would be my strategy. I feel like going for the top one first is a dumb move, because by the time you're exhausted on your third attempt, going for the bottom one, you might not be able to do it, you know.
Amy back with her first flag. Eliza right behind. Chris on her tail. Julie's still in it.
It does seem like this is a four-way race currently. It seems like Twyla and Scout are just not going to have any luck with this. But it'll be interesting to see out of the four of them even, which three make it, which one's left behind, and who wins that car.
Eliza passes Amy. Between Eliza and Amy. Amy back in the water.
Oh, that looked like it hurt. Oh, that's rough and tough. I think Amy just gave the win to Eliza there. Rough and tough.
Eliza gonna win. Pontiac G6.
Oh my god.
Yay.
Good job.
Yay! I'm glad that Eliza won the car. I swear she is like, has she even got a license? Do you know what I mean? Like, she's what, 20 years old? That's kind of crazy. Oh my god, that's kind of crazy, because like by now she'd be like 40. Is Scout still alive? She's age 80. She hasn't died. Okay, she's good. She's good. She's good. She's alive. Okay, that's all I needed to know. My heart couldn't take it if she was dead.
Chris and Julie both out of the water at the same time.
Damn, this is really neck and neck. This is real neck and neck. I'm I'm interested. I'm invested. I'm here.
Julie.
Oh, did she just smack her face? Let me watch that again.
Julie falls.
Oh, looked like she smacked her face on that outrigger. Ouch. No thank you, good sir. Not a bit of me. Oh my god, it's going to be whoever can swim back. Oh my god. It's Chris.
Chris, the third place finisher going on the overnight reward.
Julie did a good job. Is it Jules or Julie? I can't remember. But whoever she is, she did a good job. My god. The effort that she put in there. Wow. And Chris. And all of them, to be fair. Well, Scout and Twyla, I think they just gave up, you know. They didn't even bother. They got one back and that was about it.
Alright guys, head on back to camp.
Isn't this the second overnight reward for these three? Or am I making that up? I'm sure that when they went to that little village, it was Chad, Chris, Amy, and Eliza. I'm sure it was, right?
I don't think that's sunk in yet. I still can't really believe that.
Well, at least we know that Eliza's not winning the show because she's won the car. That would be a big thing if she managed to win the show and win the car. That would be incredible, but I just don't think that will happen, sadly.
Rubbed every part of my body. I actually feel human.
Not her poking her head out the shower to drink the cocktail. That is hilarious. That's exactly what I'd be doing, though, let's be honest.
I really should have trusted in you a lot more than I did, and I'm really sorry. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I forgive.
Here we go. Amy's working on her. I knew this would happen. That's why I wanted Chris there, so that, like, this kind of thing was not able to happen with Jules there as well. Because I was like, they'll switch her back so easily.
We sat out by the ocean in robes, like Hugh Hefner, drink in hand, hors d'oeuvres.
Stop, because I want to be on holiday now. I want to go on holiday. Because looking at this is just, like, gorgeous. Give me a puzzle book. Give me my sunglasses. Cocktail in hand. Watching the ocean. Nothing like it. There's nothing like it at all. This is lit. This is so unbelievably lit. Oh my god, I would be having the best time. And entertainment. And they're amazing. They're so incredibly awesome. Make sure these people get paid, CBS. Make sure they do.
Man,
I wish we'd have just a water challenge without everything else added to it.
Oh, bless them. They've got no hope if it's a water challenge. Absolutely none. Oh, bless their cotton socks. Honestly. But they're both so rubbish at them. That's the thing.
I know you guys want to get rid of me because I'm the physical power player. I know that.
Amy just coming out and being like, right, guys, I know you want to get rid of me. We've had a lovely meal. We got to get rid of me now, right? Is that the plan? Is that the plan? I think that's the plan. So what I'm proposing is she's probably going to be like, get rid of Scout, get rid of Twyla, because they'll get the votes from the jury. They're the jury threats at the end of the day. And actually, kind of right. They're kind of right, because if you were up against Scout in the final two, Scout's getting all the votes. She's 60, bless her, right? And she is doing her best every single day to just make it through this competition.
We're pure Final Four. And if we change anything, nothing's guaranteed.
See, I'm so glad that Chris is here to speak some sense into Eliza. Because Eliza's sitting there going, oh my god, yeah, this is so smart. No, you're getting played by Amy. Chris is like, nah, we're guaranteed Final Four. Guaranteed. Okay? And then it's all about immunity from then on out. It's always been about immunity from Final Four. Things can change so quickly. Okay? It doesn't matter whether you have an alliance or not at Final Four, because it all comes down to who wins the immunity challenges. You've got to stick to the plan. You have to stick to the plan. Otherwise, it's uncomfortable. Look at Amy and Leanne. They had a plan to get rid of Chris. And then they deviated from that plan and it backfired on them. See? This is what happens when you don't stick to the plan.
Scout and Twyla are the ones who've been pushing to get me voted off all along. Yet neither one of them has ever picked up the pen and written my name down.
Yeah, because maybe they don't actually want to get rid of you. They might not like you, but they see you as an asset in this game, Eliza. Please, please, please see through this.
I'd every single time had your back. Every single vote, I proved it.
Amy does bring up a very good point, because there have been numerous times when she's been like, no, we're not going for Eliza today. We're not going for Eliza. A couple of days ago, we're not going for Eliza. We're not going for Eliza. It's getting to the point of the competition where I actually don't want any of them to go. Can we just keep the final 6? Can we just keep them? Because I don't want any of them to go. This is bad for me, I can't lie.
And it was great to have a new smell in camp, definitely. Especially for Chris, because Chris stinks.
Not them calling Chris out for humming the gaff up, ponging it out. Just whore. You're a pongy man.
It is annoying that they're sitting there in the beauty shop plucking hairs, and we really need to gather wood.
Not the beauty shop. I do think it is a little bit of a cheek that she was like, right, I'm going to go do some work. And they were like, okay, bye. Okay. Have fun, hun.
Scout hasn't been voted for once, and I think it's important she sees her name can be written down too, just like anybody else.
That is true, because on my little spreadsheet, Scout is the only one that has a 0 in the votes for column currently. And I was like, wow, that's actually crazy to me that she hasn't received a single vote the entire time. And they're just going to do it today to spite her.
And strategically, this is the best thing for me. I don't even think they're looking at me. I mean, I'm just sitting back and watching them shoot each other.
If he makes it to the top 2, I'd vote for him. Like, the girls have run this game the entire time, but they've allowed this man to finagle his way in and splinter apart the team, and he's going to make it all the way to the top just because the girls are going to be fighting with each other. And I find that fucking hilarious, because how have they managed to do this? They had something good going on. They had a majority female alliance, and then what did they do in the last episode? They fucked it up by trying to go for Eliza, which then caused Eliza and Scout and Twyla to flip and vote out Leanne. This is your doing, Amy, in the nicest way possible. You and Leanne tried to flip the vote for Chris, and it didn't work out for you. And this man's going to absolutely steamroll you, and he's not even having to do anything. He's just sitting there and just letting it happen as you're picking each other off. That's wild to me.
Tribe member who has the most pucks touching any part of any of the islands wins immunity.
This, I don't remember the last season that they did this. I'm probably going to, like, put it down here. But I loved this challenge. It was toxic. It was crazy. It was so much fun to watch. So I'm very excited to watch this, I can't lie. I have a feeling it might have been Amazon.
Julie Banks and in the ball.
Hey! Using the side of the board strategically. That's what we like to see in these kind of games.
Eliza. Amy.
I also didn't realise, but it looks like the whole thing is like bumpy. So some bits are higher up than others. That's kind of crazy and a little bit fucked up.
Julie with 2, Chris, Amy, Eliza, Twyla with 1.
Honestly, this is getting quite tense. There's only about, what, 2 or 3 pieces left each? And they're all tied apart from Julie. Yeah, and Scout. Obviously, Scout's got nothing, but fingers crossed she gets something.
Eliza needs another point to stay in it.
Oh, I just knocked myself off.
Instead of gaining a point, Eliza just lost her only point.
She absolutely screwed herself over there. For God's sake, Eliza. Can you do anything correctly?
Scout, Twyla, Chris, and Amy now each with 2. Chris scores, takes the lead with 3.
Looks like Chris might be getting immunity. Twyla and Amy have to score a point here, otherwise, finito.
Amy takes herself out. Chris wins immunity.
So Amy just absolutely fucked herself over there by just going too hard. If she'd have just taken the power out of that a little bit, like maybe a lot of it, I think she would have made it on and it would have been a tie. But she absolutely screwed herself over there, for God's sake. But Chris won immunity. So do you know what? You got to be happy about the small things in life.
And she's very persuasive. If she hadn't been, them other girls wouldn't have followed her all this time.
It's a very good point. Amy has got just some kind of spell over the girls at times that I'm like, wow, she just knows how to motivate them and mobilize them into like a force to take out other people in the game. She let it slip last week. She let it slip. She should have stuck to the plan of getting rid of Chris. That was her downfall, unfortunately. Ironic that Chris had nothing to do with that, but just hilarious, isn't it?
Who are you more sick of, Scout or Twyla?
Scout.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, Eliza's finding any opportunity she can. She's not going to put it to a tie. Surely not. Because like Chris said, that puts her at risk. If it comes down to a tie between Scout and Amy, Chris is immune. Those two are immune. And then it's down to Julie and Twyla and herself to pick a rock. She's not going to want to do that. That's 1 in 3 chance of you going home. That's rubbish odds. That's horrendous odds right there.
So I'm not afraid to change things if I think that it's going to get me farther in this game.
She does bring up a good point, but you're at final 6. It's a tie vote. You're not going to be able to do anything apart from send either yourself, Julie, or Twyla home in a random pick the rock challenge. Do you know what I mean? So I actually think it's better to pick a side and pick the side that will cause a majority vote and cause someone to go home. Do you know what I mean? At final 4, all you got to do is just win immunity. That gets you to final 3. I feel like Eliza's going to muck this up somehow.
I want the women to stay strong and keep together the whole game. Clearly, the women have not stayed strong.
Not Jeff calling them out. Listen, you said you were going to get rid of the men. What happened to getting rid of the men? Honestly, I don't know how Chris has done it. I actually don't know how Chris has done it. I'm not even convinced that I could do something like that. I could pull off that.
There's nothing wrong with that, but clearly, this whole women power thing is over.
I agree. It's done. It's another woman's going home tonight. Another one's going home because Chris has got immunity.
I think when somebody flat out just disgustingly lies to you, that person to me is just written out of my life.
May I clear that up, Jeff? Thank you very much.
Twyla and Amy hate each other. This reunion's going to be juicy. This reunion is going to be so juicy because the amount of backstabbing that's gone on in this series, I'm excited. It's going to be juicy. It's going to be gorgeous. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I'm not the only freaking person that has lied in this game. Get over it. Grow up, get on with it. You've been had.
Twyla, I don't think you can say that, bestie. I don't think you can. That's not very nice. But also, I do agree, other people have lied in this game. It's not the end of the world. Get over it. Do you know what I mean? I'm fairly certain that you've lied to people in this game, Amy. I'm sure you have.
Twyla swore on her son. The one thing that someone could say to convince me, I'm like, oh, well, then they must be true to their word.
Oh, this is why I don't think that you should be swearing on stuff that exists outside of the game. Like if you were like, oh, I swear on my life, chill. Okay, but when you swear on someone else's life, it's just like, it adds that sense of reality to it that I don't think should be present in this game. You shouldn't be saying that kind of thing because it does lead people to believe that you are genuine. And then if you're not, it makes you just look really bad, in my opinion.
And you're just gonna do great. And, you know, she's the big sister I never had. And, yeah, I'd miss Amy a lot.
It's getting emotional. Do you know what I mean? But, everyone's so, they're just such good people. Like, good characters. And, you just want all of them to make it further in the game, but you just know they aren't going to. This is absolutely traumatic. This is awful.
I'll read the votes. Amy. Scout. Amy. Scout. Amy. 13th person voted out of Survivor Vanuatu. Amy.
Oh, I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. And I think pending any kind of immunity wins, I think Chris has just bought his way to top 5. Not top 5, to top 2. I can't lie. I think it will be Jules next, then Eliza, then it'll be between Scout and Twyla, And I think Chris will win those final immunities. I can't see Scout and Twilight outlasting him on that final poll thing. Tough, honestly. This is rough and tough. And I'm gutted for Amy, but also she ruined her own game last week when they decided not to go for Chris. If they'd have stuck with the Chris vote and not decided a backdoor Eliza, I think she would have kept Eliza on side. But the fact that she voted for Eliza and tried to take her out the game, and Scout and Twilight didn't, I guess it just means that Eliza trusts them a little bit more than she does Amy. It sucks, but who's going to take you further in this game?
If I could just hold Twyla underwater for 2 minutes, I think it would make me feel better. Leanne, Jules, Eliza, I love those girls.
Not Amy saying that she would enjoy drowning Twyla. Oh my god, Amy, calm yourself, please. But anyway, guys, that is the end of episode 12 of Survivor. We've got 3 episodes left. 2 episodes until we find out who makes top 2, and then 1 episode in which we watch the reunion. So thank you guys very, very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.